Welcome to the Magnificent Mags channel, everyone. Happy Friday. What a Boxing Day result that was yesterday. Newcastle United 3, Aston Villa 0, and it could have been so much more. It was much better than we'll remember last year, or don't want to remember, in fact, when Chris Wood turned into Ronaldinho and Messi and scored a hat-trick. So yeah, that was much more like it. When we had an indifferent December last year, apart from Brentford, it's been a much better December with the draw against Liverpool, and then we've beat Ipswich, Brentford in the Cup, and Leicester, and now we've went and beat Aston Villa. So it's been a very happy Christmas period, and I think we have evolved. We've got a bit better, certainly now since we've got Tonali in that 6 and Bruno in the 8, as we keep saying all the time. Everyone's talking about it, but they're just so much better. They just work so well in tandem. And yeah, as I said, that result, it could have been anything yesterday. Now, where the team news was, Joelinton came back in after his 1-game suspension at Ipswich. So he slotted back in on the left, Tonali in the 6, Bruno in the 8. Murphy quite rightly kept his place on the right because he offers with balance and width, being right-footed. He deserved to keep his place because of his assists lately. Obviously, Isak, his goal-scoring form now, that's 7 and 5. And then Gordon on the left, who's back to goal-scoring form. Defence, as it was, bar Kieran Trippier came in for Tino Livramento, who was apparently ill. He was under the weather. But Trippier didn't really put a foot wrong, did he? It was great to see him back. And Dubravka, solid again. That's 3 consecutive Premier League clean sheets. So yeah, we're on a roll. Now, you know what Boxing Day games are like. Will the atmosphere be a bit of a lull? Everyone's like coming off probably a load of drink, a load of food, having to see the in-laws. But yeah, absolutely not. They just started with a bang. And within 80 seconds... again, Sandro Tonali, he was brilliant, wasn't he? Just snapped in at Kamara. Then he started that attack, that midfield again. Tonali to Bruno. Bruno moved it straight on to Joelinton. Joelinton carried it forwards. And it's something similar which he's doing that only Willett used to do. But Joelinton now, he gets it up the pitch. Played it Anthony Gordon. And then Gordon, quite rightly, slowed it down a tad. Waited for Lewis Hall to do the overlap. That had Matty Cash in 2 minds whether to engage Gordon or Hall. He stepped away. That made Anthony Gordon's mind up to cut inside. And then, honestly, my God, like right in front of us, just saying that, just like dip in, top ins, just unbelievable. Because Gordon has played well of late, but he hasn't had the goals to match. But as Eddie Howe said, he's been working on his finishing and training. My God, what a way to start that game. And so the fact that it's the first time in Premier League history we've scored goal in 2 consecutive games, goals in the opening 2 minutes. Because obviously it was 30 seconds officially for Isak's goal down at Portman Road. And then yesterday it was 80 seconds. So yeah, that's just brilliant. And match of the day, I saw the fact that it's also the first time in Premier League history that we've scored 3 or more goals in 3 consecutive games. So again, Eddie Howe, he's answered everyone, all the idiots who were calling for him to go. What other manager out there, as we've always said. Yeah, it's quite right to give him constructive criticism because you want the team to do well. You know he can do better, but again, it's up to him. We don't know what goes on in training. Yes, we've called for Tonali and Bruno because we know Tonali's qualities. We've been going, have we needed a number 10? We've been calling for it for ages. I thought we had, but you know what? That's why he's manager. He knows best. The answer that we've been looking for the last 12 to 18 months is no, we don't need a number 10. We just need a number 6 who's just quick on the ball and knows the pass he's going to make before he even receives it, and that's Sandro Tonali. He just honestly, what a player, man. Again, I even said this after the match yesterday to the lads that Tonali, a good thing about him is I know Bruno and Joelinton are both combative, but the fact that Tonali reads the game so well and he breaks up passes, yet he very rarely gets carded. And again, Bruno, it's brought the best out of Bruno, I'll say, Tonali doing that. Not just in that Bruno's getting more forward and he's created 2 goals almost from pressing. high up, but it's the fact that Bruno's doing like first time passes as well. Now I know first time passes only if it's on. You can't do it all the time. You've got to be clever in your game management and with your decision making. But Tonali, like, he just sees the pass in its first time. There was one pass he played through about 3 players. It was unbelievable. But yeah, even Bruno done it. Like for that first goal, Tonali to Bruno, straight to Joelinton, to Gordon, to the back of the net. So yeah, that was great. Got up and running. Then Villa did come back into it, as you expect. Villa are a good team. I know they were pretty awful yesterday, but for 15, 20 minutes, they did play well. Well, actually, not even that. You could say it was about 25, because Duran's red card, which I'm coming to now, was on the half-hour mark. But yeah, Villa, obviously, we expect them to have chances. But the only shot they had on target was Dinia's free kick, which Dubravka had done well to parry. And then Matty Cash's follow-up just went over the bar, which was greeted with so many good cheers. Now, just going on to the red card, I've posted before, I've done a reel on it. I know everyone's like arguing about it today. It's been a main topic of conversation and that, and some people are saying it was. Emery's trying to say it wasn't, but I think Emery's just saying that for the camera to protect his player. And the fact that if you notice when Duran went off and then he kicked the water bottle, Emery's face is a picture. He doesn't even look at him. He's just like looking like that. Cross legs, just like that. He's furious at his decision making. And he's acknowledged that he's got a bit of a temper on him. Do I think it was deliberate? Now, I understand some people saying it wasn't. His left foot went. But if you look at it, he always keeps his eyes on Shaw. And yeah, he goes down. It's part of the coming together. But when his left foot goes, his body... Now, I know this is when he's going over like that. His body does that. But naturally, wouldn't you like kind of do this if you were going over to the left? When his left foot goes, he kind of like shifts his body weight back to the right, which is unnatural. And he's still looking at Shaw. And then he has one connection. Now, I'll say this, to be objective, his left foot going was accidental, but he could have still controlled that. There's plenty of other places he could have put his foot. He could have put it to the right of Shaw. But it's just, I maintain this, it's his body weight. Like, when he's going over like that, naturally you would like fall like that with your leg coming in the air. But he kind of does that, and then he shifts back to his right, and then he just, he keeps his eyes, as I said, on Shaw, and then touches his backside, and then it goes up his back and up his spine. So to me, it is a red card. Now, Emery's acknowledged that he's had a bit of a temperamental problem, and that he's like, well, you saw when it came to the free kick, he wanted to take it. The bench told him no, his own bench. And then afterwards, for pulling out of what, well, I say a 50-50, but it looked in his favour. Could have been a 60-40, 70-30, kind of bottled that. So he does have, I know he's young and he's been one of their best players this season, impact something he's playing lately over Watkins, but Villa were in it, but despite not creating much, a couple of chances, like I said, the free kick was the only shot on target, but we had more disallowed goals in 3 than their shots on target 1, and we had about 23 attempts, so I don't think it would have changed the game so much. I still feel we could have went on and won it, and the fact that Villa haven't won here now in 17 games, going into 20 years, 2025, last time they won here was the infamous Boya Dyer fight when they both got sent off down to 9 men. They won 3-0. So yeah, Villa's record here is terrible, and I'm always confident when at home. As I say, I don't fear anyone when at home. Now I know you can still lose games, but I've got that much confidence in we. And the shithousery's back. Look what happened. That goal killed their momentum. Now we had other chances. What it was the ball that came in from Trippier to Isak. Isak's great turn to Bruno. Bruno played it through. Murphy kind of stepped in front of Isak, but then cut inside, left the ball for Isak. Now Isak shouldn't have took the extra touch, I feel. He took one touch too many. Yeah, he did take one touch too many. So looking at it, it was out of play, looking at it back. And then Joelinton obviously put it in the net, but it was the right course. That was 1 goal disallowed. And then we had other chances. Great like little interplay when Gordon played it through the half space on the left, down to Isak. Isak wriggled about, got away, completely done his man. I think it was Cash. Cash was on toast all game, hence his yellow. And yeah, played it to Gordon. Gordon had to go back out wide, but went away from again. Crossed it. Joelinton's header saved by Martinez. Now I know Martinez, he is a class keeper. He's the reason Villa didn't concede 6 or 7 and only conceded 3, because that chance where Bruno again, this is where I say Bruno's having the best brought out of him by Tonali being in the 6, just pressed high like he did at Ipswich for that 3rd goal for Isak. Well, he done it again, won it off Tielemans. Tonali first time, cut it across Martinez going into his far corner at the Gallagher. Brilliant save. It's like, how didn't he score? But it was a great save looking at it back. And into the second half, lacklustre again. McGinn, he's a little wind-up merchant, but he had a crap game, let's be honest. And that one where he played the pass straight to Murphy. So yeah, McGinn was lacklustre on possession, played it over. Jacob Murphy had his shot. Pau Torres deflected out for a corner. A bit like Torres in the first half. He was the one when the cross came off Gordon after he skinned Cash again. And it was just under Bruno, and Torres managed to knock it away from Bruno, and then Digne put it out for a corner. Again, the one and the other scramble in the box where Pau Torres again somehow got in between Bruno and Martinez and allowed Martinez to pick it up. But yeah, we'll go on to the second goal. But we're just so controlled and so measured. Like, with decision making and game management yesterday was very good. That interplay for the second, yeah, it was just Bruno to Tonali to Trippier, and then Bruno just came back into that space, back to Bruno, outside of the foot, in between the defenders, into the 6-yard box. Murphy, who's now got 6 assists, and 3 goals this season. That's 9. He's just the assist king at the minute. Again, inside, behind his man, Bruno's ball, excellent. Across the face, Isak with a tap in, and that's 7 and 5 for Isak. And I looked as well, Alexander Isak's got 11 goals and 4 assists in 16 Premier League games and 1 goal in 3 FL Cup games. So there we go, if my maths is right. That's 12 goals and 4 assists from 19 games this season. So that's 16 in 19. I mean, currently, he is the best Premier League striker that he is. He's even probably one of the best in Europe right now. He's just excellent. And this is why getting Europe's imperative, because the form he's in. We're in the final Champions League spot as it stands. So yeah, we've just got to keep going. And yeah, then we had another goal disallowed. Excellent play. The ball, we'd done the pressing high up. Lewis Hall pressed McGinn, came to Isak. Now, Isak could have shot, but he played to Murphy. But then Murphy, I felt, should have shot. Maybe just try and drive it across Martinez, or like he likes to do sometimes, hit it into the roof of the net above the keeper with power. But yeah, he chose to take it on and unselfishly give it back to Isak. But unfortunately, Isak just looked offside. So that's unfortunate. And then obviously, Bruno had his goal disallowed. Again, I think all 3 decisions, no controversy there. They were right. I've looked at that back. And yeah, it was just brilliant play again, though. It was where Tonali had the ball on the left side of the 18-yard box and he shaped to cross it in. And then he just done that slide rule pass just to his left. It looked like a no-look pass, straight to Lewis Hall. Hall's cross, Barnes played it back across. Konza tried to clear it, hit it off Bruno, and it went in. But looking at it back, it was his elbow, and the law does say it's got to be above the elbow. So no controversy, in my opinion. Despite over the red, there's lots of controversy. But it's football, it's opinion-based game. So some will think they're right, some will think they're wrong. I think it was a red. But for all 3 goals disallowed, they were right. And then for the final goal, just again, they looked tired. Onana, who had a poor game, like all their midfield did. Tielemans was terrible. So was Onana, so was Kamara. And Onana's was a defeatist, lazy pass straight to Joelinton. And my God, like that just brought the house down. You're thinking at least hit the target. Like how late in the game is. The subs were made. But yeah, Joey just to put that straight in past Martinez in the top bins against one of the best keepers in the world, a World Cup winner. That just summed the game up. And yeah, I've just got to praise all the players. You know what? I know the subs might not have had much of an impact, and Villa did have some possession near the end, but again, the game was done like 10 men. It was 2-0, then 3-0 late on. But like the subs obviously slowed the game down. But Trippier went down with cramp near the end, but it's his first game back. Trippier was excellent with his leadership. Bruno, effervescent as usual in his captaincy role. He's so much better. He's high pressing. He's quick passing now in the 8. Tonali, world class in the 6. He's been that missing link, and he just makes with tick. Again, special praise for the defence. Lewis Hall and Anthony Gordon just give Cash just the torrid time all game. I mean, Cash was probably glad to come off because he was on a yellow, but they destroyed Cash. He wanted to probably cash out at one point. Not apologise for the pun. Dubravka, 3 Premier League clean sheets in a row. And then again, special praise to the defence. Fabian Schär, yeah, a couple of misplaced passes, but he was brilliant again. Had his chance in the first half at the Gallagher. Dan Burn, a colossus, and I've been saying the day someone's tried to argue, saying you can't really think he's been player of the season so far, but I was like, why not? Just because he's a defender. Attacking players that get all the praise, but Dan Burn has been a colossus at left centre back. So when Botman's back, I know you think Botman will slot back in, but who's going to drop Dan Burn in this form? And then again, the front players, Isak scored again, Murphy with another assist, and Joelinton, the colossus. I don't think he's ever lost a physical battle. And I just want to come on to that. I was just going down at half time when I seen that incident on the left. Honestly, like it was just absolutely pathetic from Morgan Rogers. He lost 50-50 square going up against Joelinton. Joelinton out-muscled him. He put his hand here. It was across his collarbone. Up here, it wasn't in the face. So again, Morgan Rogers made Brereton Diaz and Kyle Walker look like innocents. Like theirs dives were pathetic, but that was even worse. So yeah, my best players in that game: Tonali, Gordon, Bruno, Dan Burn, Joelinton. That's not to say the other players weren't good. Not saying Isak wasn't good, but them 5 stood out the most for us. But it was a team effort, so much more controlled. We're ruthless. That's 11 goals in the Premier League without reply. And now we'll go on to Old Trafford on Monday. And I'll be down there as well. I've just got my ticket for the first leg of the Emirates as well. All expensive, but it's what you do following your team. So I'm looking forward to Monday. Season's going well. How it's going at the moment. In the last Champions League spot as it stands, the coefficient's in 5th. We're still in both cups. I know the FA Cup's to start, but then we're in the semi-finals of the League Cup. And yeah, we're 6 points off seconds. Now, I'm not saying we're going to get as high as that, but yeah, sky's the limit when there's form. We're flying. We're absolutely flying. So yeah, that's all from me. I'll be back on Sunday or Saturday. I'll decide because I am busy Sunday. So I might do it Saturday because then we're leaving at 10 a.m. Monday to go down to Manchester. But I'm looking forward to that game. Manuel Ugarte and Bruno Fernandes are both out of that game. Now, a lot of people would probably say that's a plus point for Man U rather than us. But you only beat what's in front of you. So we'll go to the paddling pool. Looking to get another 3 points. 3 big games coming up, 3 tough games. Yeah, it's still Man U, Spurs and Arsenal, but the form we're in, why can't we just target 3 away wins? But as it stands, I'd say if we took a point and came away with the Emirates without a defeat, that'd still be good. 4 points. So I don't think when win at Old Trafford, I still think when win at Spurs, but a point there wouldn't be bad. You know them, they either blow hot and cold, they're either brilliant or awful. And then Emirates, we just need to come back. I know that's still looking ahead too much, but it's just exciting times. So yeah, from me, thank you very much for watching. Sorry the video was a bit later than expected, but again, we always have a few drinks when we're out last night. Bumping to Villa fans, they were really courteous, canny. Most Villa fans have agreed it was a red card. They were canny, seen them in the Old George. So hope you had a safe journey back, lads. You were great to talk to and enjoyed the tune. But for now, thank you very much for watching. And like I said, I'll probably be back Saturday with my video. Tomorrow is my preview for Manchester United. But otherwise, enjoy your Friday night. Take care. Bye-bye.